It's me, Senpai Swanee, and thank you for joining me in another of our Tokyo sessions. A safe place for us to learn together, heal together, and ascend together. Trust that the universe is on your side and has entrusted you with the power and authority to help bring the divine vision to life. Take your place as co-creator with confidence. Allow what resonates, but if it does not apply, let it fly. You are the gatekeeper. Create love, create beauty, create greatness. Let me go ahead. Let me see. Okay, my mic is on here. Get my Palo Santo lit up. And let me also actually start the timer. I always forget the timer. All right. And with this, I hope everyone is feeling fine and beautiful on this beautiful, what is it? Monday? Moon day. Let me stop being corny. All right, dearest ancestors of the highest light, archangels Michael, Metatron, Raphael, dear divine most high God, I humbly ask for your presence during this reading. Let me be a vessel in which truth and guidance are fostered so that we as a collective may walk in alignment with our highest selves on this spiritual journey. May every evil eye go blind and every ill intention collapse into the depths of darkness, never to see light. We come to you with open hearts and minds, seeking wisdom and clarity and courage. I always forget this part here. We honor your presence and are eternally grateful for your love. Ashe and amen. Let me hit over behind me as well. Have you seen my black candle here? Has finally started. It is burning. Oh my gosh. Can you see it here? It is burning so beautifully. Thank heavens, I finally got that negative energy up out of here. Whatever person was sending me evil eye, and I still will say it again. If you're sending me any kind of evil eye, any kind of negativity, let it flee. Return to sender times 3. All right. We will go ahead and get our reading underway. I do want to start, however, with my magical spirit. If anything, we'll clarify with the tarot. I love this deck. I think this deck here is so pretty. Unfortunately, I can't read the wordings for crap. Oh my gosh. I need my glasses. I'm trying to be cute and not have my glasses. And not have my glasses on camera, but I might have to get my glasses. Like I told you, I copied off of Mama Muffin for Majestic Potions, and I got me a little magnifying glass. But I did get this magnifying glass out of like the Dollar Tree, and I might as well go get a glass out the kitchen and like use that for how well this magnifying glass is. I guess I'll try to get like the magnifying glass off of Amazon, like $3. Maybe I'll try one of those. I just don't want to waste $3 and then, waste it, because the magnifying glass is just as effective. Anyway, the first card that came out here says, I am in divine flow and move in alignment. Okay, yin and yang, pretty much. Unity. What is that? Balance, energy, and manifestation. How beautiful. All right, so I'm definitely talking here. Let me see. I feel like I'm still kind of far away from the camera for you to be able to see these. But anyway, I'm speaking to my divine collective here. Like right now, you are in the flow. You are in alignment, okay? This is the time, especially right now. What are we getting ready to step into the 9/9 portal, September 9th. And remember, 2025 is the year of the 9, because 2 + 0 + 2 + 5 is 9. So we do have a 9/9 portal coming up. And if I'm not mistaken, that I don't have my notes on the 9/9 portal, but I believe that portal does have to do with, let me see if I can remember. Always transformation, like if anything, that's what we're always striving for, ascension. Keep in mind that when you reach ascension, it isn't just a one-time thing. We're constantly ascending. We're constantly seeking, just a higher, the higher version of ourselves until we reach the highest version of ourselves. Well, what is the highest version of yourself? I imagine my highest version is when I've managed to truly reunite with the source. If you read in, the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, one thing I like about what is said in there, Thoth says that knowledge and seeking knowledge is kind of like an eternal task, in a sense. Like, you know, there's always enough knowledge to be sought. There's so much knowledge to know that, you know, it's kind of like something, not you want to seek knowledge eternally, but there's certainly enough to do so. Next cards that come out here says, could you surrender just a bit more, collective? And it says the seeker. Look, it looks like this reading here is going to be, you know, in honor of the 9-9 portal, in honor of transformation, in honor of ascension. Okay, this here says all-seeing eye, spirit, and what is this last word here? I am not using, let me see if I can see it up with the magnifying glass. Release. Okay, and if you can see on here, okay, what's being released is energy from that third eye chakra. Okay, so again, yin yang, we have the seeker here. You, collective, you are the seeker. You, if you're joining me right now, especially on this channel, because, you know, I do love readings. I love my love readings, but ultimately what I want to kind of pursue is, you know, higher knowledge, senpai swani, like share with you some of the things that I learned. A lot of times I kind of forget, like I say, once I get on camera, I don't know if it's the nerves or what, but I just turn into like a total blind. No offense to anyone who is blind, but like I get out of it. And then I turn the camera off and it's like, dang, why didn't I say this? Why didn't I include that? Why didn't I educate them on this? And hopefully in this reading, some of that does kind of pick up for me. And I suspect also that it's more so getting back into the rhythm of recording videos and being able to share knowledge, as opposed to just kind of, you know, being around, getting the knowledge, and then, you know, if you don't use it, you lose it. So it's like I get the knowledge and then it's like I don't share it or anything, and it's like I almost forget, and then it's like I have to go back and read again. The Emerald Tablets of Thought, the Atlantean, though, he says that, you know, that the Emerald Tablets, you would need to read it at least 100 times to really grasp what's being said and what's being talked about, and, you know, what's kind of being hinted at even within those tablets. This last card here with this tiny writing says, you are so brave to keep on going the way you do. The forbidden forest, bravery, persistence, redemption. I love this deck so much, and it's so pretty, especially if you're one of those people who your favorite color is purple. My favorite color isn't necessarily purple. My favorite color, of course, is pink, but like this has I just a lot of purple in it, in case one of your favorite colors is purple. I love the brown on this. I don't have my my brown candle lit here, but I have the black. Let me get this white one lit back up. White, normally, if you're into candle work, or if you're interested in getting into candle work, white I like to light for protection. I do have a bigger white candle that I will eventually light once I'm probably done with these black candles. Like I say, for the longest time I was scared to light black candles, but then when I did the research, black candles are also for protection, for warding off negativity. This candle here is mostly burned down now. Like the taller candles in the glass, I don't blow those out. I let those stay burning. If you can still see it here, this is an aqua candle, and aqua has a lot to do with kind of like, as well, spirituality, but then also communication and clarity, which, you know, like I say, since I've been back to making the videos, I do kind of want to get back into communicating. Sorry if you see me looking out the window here, you know, I get distracted, and it looks like it's time for kids to get out of school. So there's a school bus here with the stop signs flashing, and it's like, okay, let me try not to look at it. Anyway, shoot. I still got distracted. So like I say, this is beautiful energy for you right now going into the 9-9 portal. The 9-9 portal has to do with transformation. It does have to do with kind of like releasing your karmic past, forgiving yourself for, you know, past mistakes. Okay, that's what the transformation is all about. It's not like, okay, you know, I'm just a new person, but it's learning to forgive yourself. It's learning to release what no longer serves you, or, you know, take you to that ascension into your highest person. The last card that I'm going to pull from this deck says, call your energy back to you. Energy, power, and some word here with a D. It looks like depiction, but it can't possibly be the depiction. Oh, what is this? Yeah, see, they depletion. Okay. Power and depletion. I don't know about the depletion here, especially, but yeah, as far as calling back your energy, again, just what we were talking about as far as this 9-9 portal, and forgiving yourself, releasing what no longer serves you, forgiving yourself for past mistakes, but also to call back your energy. Okay, for there's plenty of affirmations for that. Look here, we have a 7 of Pentacles. Oh, I did, if you didn't just see my handiwork there, I did just switch over to the tarot deck, the Arthur Waite tarot deck here. School bus passing by. Okay, and we have the 7 of Pentacles passing by. We have the 7 of Pentacles passing by. That might be a 7 of Pentacles passing by. You just never know, right? And then also a 2 of Pentacles coming out. Keep in mind, you don't see me shuffling. I do like to shuffle my decks off screen. I was looking at one of my first videos, and in the video I didn't do a reading till later on. I was kind of like talking and doing an introduction at first or whatnot, and just telling you what the channel was about. But while I was talking, I was just there shuffling the deck, shuffling the deck, shuffling the deck, and the noise, like I walk around, pretty much I walk around with the antenna on my head. Like, I try to take it off for the videos or what have you, but when you see me in pictures and even in some of my other videos, you'll still see the quote-unquote antenna, which is I have like a Bluetooth headband that I wear because I like to listen to music while I'm doing whatever it is that I'm doing. And I think that might have kind of been, I won't even get into that or whatnot, but I don't even know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so we have a 7 of Pentacles and we have a 2 of Pentacles here. Okay, so from what I get right now, collective, like I say, it seems like this reading is going to be themed around this 9-9 portal, even though today is the 8th, 9-9 is tomorrow, September 9th is tomorrow. But it seems that you're kind of getting some things in perspective. Like I say, if you're releasing the things that no longer serve you, you may have kind of like some people that you may be letting go. You may be having some habits that spirit has been dealing with you about as far as letting go, especially if you're say they're unhealthy habits, sorry, but drinking, I'm the last one to lecture you on it. You done seen me up here celebrating for my birthday weekend, but guess what? Today is Monday. It's not the weekend anymore, so I'm not drinking anymore, right? But you might find yourself in more unhealthy habits. You might find, again, no shade to anyone who smokes marijuana, but let's be real about weed. Why did Snoop Dogg, for instance, stop smoking weed? Did you see the video where he went to the doctor, and I believe Dr. Dre played his doctor, and Dr. Dre was telling him about his lungs and like pretty much what the effects of marijuana has had on his lungs over like the past years that he's been, so avidly promoting marijuana. And it's like, his lungs were pretty much raisins. So it's like, yeah, marijuana isn't bad for you in that sense, but let's be real about the smoke and what it is actually doing to your lungs, especially if you smoke long term, especially if you smoke all day every day. Again, I'm not one to judge, because guess what? Once upon a time, not too long ago, I smoked all day every day. And I get it. And it's like I say, is sometimes you got to challenge yourself. They say that, marijuana isn't addictive, but if it's not, then stop. And, I used to kind of debate with myself about that as well. And it's like, okay, I'm not going to stop because I don't want to stop. If I wanted to stop, then I would stop, but I don't have a reason to stop. Okay, if that's the case, like I say, try it out. Just stop and see if you really can go cold turkey and not smoke marijuana for a month. That a month is at least time enough, because it takes 30 days for THC to come out of your system. Give it a chance to come out your system. Go right back into it if you want. Like I say, at the end of the day, maybe some of these things that they tell us within the matrix, maybe it's not true. Maybe, the whole, the smoke is bad for your lungs and things that they tell you about that. It's just all made up to try to get us to disconnect from source and, But I went off on a whole nother tangent here. Like I said, we got the Six of Swords that came out here, and Six of Swords, we know, talks about that transformation. It talks about moving on from something. How appropriate here, like I say, 9-9 portal, releasing what no longer serves us. When you drink this alcohol, like I like to drink. Sometimes it's not even about escapism for me. It's more so like, sometimes I just kind of want to feel something out of the ordinary. And, like I try to drink only on like occasions and things like that. Just, just to kind of be out of the ordinary. But when I'm real with myself, like it does not serve any higher purpose for me except feeling a little loose for a little while, maybe making some dumb mistakes if they present themselves, getting sleepy and waking up with a headache. The next card to come out here, look, this is my relationship with alcohol, okay? 5 of Swords. Like I say, it might seem, kind of good. It seems like an idea. I don't know what it is that convinces me, okay, you know what, let's have a drink because it's my birthday. Let's have a drink because it's my kid's birthday. Let's have a drink because we're being social and everyone is drinking right now. But it's like at the end of the day, what did it really do? Okay. And again, I'm not coming for anyone. Take what resonates. If it doesn't apply, if spirit has not been dealing with you about drinking alcohol, if spirit has not been dealing with you about smoking cigarettes, smoking cigars, smoking weed, like then this part of the message isn't for you. Okay. Again, tarot, isn't predicting your future. It's not saying, oh, this is going to happen to your lungs. Tarot is meant for confirmation. Tarot, okay, these readings, just help confirm things that you personally know, if you're real with yourself, that spirit has already been dealing with you about. Okay. Again, if not, then no. Next card to come out here is, look, Ace of Cups. Again, if you're someone who spirit has been dealing with, okay, if maybe spirit hasn't been dealing with you about this, or maybe you weren't completely aware of it, but now that we're having this conversation, you are kind of starting to feel a little sway. You are now starting to feel, some type of way, not necessarily guilty, and I'm not trying to put anyone on a guilt trip. Senpai Swanee, don't judge. Okay, all I know is like I want this to be a place where we all are ascending, where we're being real with each other. I'ma always keep it real, if nothing else. Senpai Swanee gonna keep it real, baby. Okay, like I told you, we got a lot of spiritual people out here, smoke weed and stuff like that. But if you consider yourself a chosen one, then you can't tell me spirit hasn't been dealing with you about these things. Okay. And it's not just alcohol. It's not just weed. It could be sex. It could be the pea corn. Okay. Boy, I hope, YouTube doesn't flag me for this, but at the same time, I hope they get a grip and understand that I'm giving a positive message here and I'm not just promoting it or anything like that. Okay, 10 of Cups. Okay, this is what we're getting ready to walk into when we step through this 9-9 portal. Not just stepping into it. This is where we're headed. Okay, and 10 of Cups. I'm not talking about just divine union, finding your kingdom spouse, your soulmate, and all these things. 10 of Cups is pure happiness, pure bliss. If I'm very honest with myself, there was a time when like I thought that, okay, me getting high off weed, like I'm good, like it helps me kind of like it's like drinking a glass of wine. It's like having a cigar, especially if it's something you've been doing long term, it's to the point where it's almost as effective as smoking a cigarette. And that's why I guess they say marijuana is a gateway drug, because at some point, you're not getting, as high, and it's like you start taking things to help get you like a little higher than what, has kind of become the normal, when you do smoke the marijuana and whatnot. I hope y'all won't come for me for this reading. I don't know. Maybe I won't even post it. Like, I kind of feel like I'm lecturing. I feel like I'm lecturing people for smoking weed. And it's like, do what you do. I promise you, do what you do. You look, okay, hermit. It's introspection. Okay, that's what that hermit card is. Like I say, if you're perfectly blissful, like I saw. I guess it was like a meme or like a meme video on Facebook. It was talking about gods and chosen ones. And when I say gods, I'm not talking about, God and Jesus or, Thoth and Ra. I'm talking about we as gods, okay? And people who identify as like starseeds, who actually do identify as being a god, okay? Like I say, well, not even like I say, from what I saw, according to that video, they were like, if you are a god, smoking, drinking, things like that, it doesn't affect you. But when you're a chosen one, again, if you identify, if you resonate with being a chosen one, you'll notice that when you do drink, that when you do smoke, it does have an effect, not just on your body, but on life. You might find that after you have a drink, you're sheltered. God isolates you even more. Spirit source makes you isolated even more, because it's like, to a certain extent, you have to move like Jesus. Okay, and let's keep in mind again, here with me and what I know to be as far as Jesus was a chosen one. Jesus wasn't the only chosen one. In fact, Christ is a Greek word from Christo that means like the anointed one or what have you, and it was fulfilling a prophecy. But how I consider it is, I believe in reincarnation. And when Jesus said that he'd be back, people are still waiting for Jesus to return. Little do they know that Jesus has come and reincarnated and has returned over and over and over again, constantly. Like I say, what is it? The word of God became man so that you could learn through man how to become God. Okay, so maybe one time as Christ he was truly effective. The next time he came as Joe Smo, no one paid him attention. He may be reincarnated as Buddha, for all anyone knows. Okay, and it's like, again, you may be, for all you know, if you can remember, you are a chosen one. You are like anointed in that sense. You are the Christ consciousness, in which case you need to, but you may want to pursue a cleaner life. In those ways, I'm not one to thump on the Bible, but we all know that it does have like Easter eggs in it, things that we do actually want to follow. They mixed in the truth with the lies, right? Okay, so it's like in your discernment, you have to understand what's truth, what's lie. I discern, okay, that like I'm not perfect. I still have my human ways. So yeah, I might drink. I did cut out the smoking. Okay, I don't drink a whole lot. I'm not perfect. Like I say, I don't. I'm even practicing. Sexual alchemy right now. Okay, sexual alchemy says that you forego the orgasm. Okay, you, instead of sending that energy down and out, you send it up and in. Okay, so even when you do actually have sex, you stop before you orgasm so that you retain your power. Okay, and since of course I'm not having sex with anyone, I also can't even masturbate. Okay, and it's like, look, Like I say, I'm not one to lecture you, because I be sitting here and baby, I start getting hot and everything, and I'm like, whoo, upwards and inwards, and I'm sending that sexual energy, okay, up into my third eye, up into my chakra. Like I'm trying to like control and maintain that power. Okay, that's the whole Kundalini, especially if you're having a Kundalini awakening. If you've had a Kundalini awakening, you know, you feel that rush, that sexual energy. Okay, and again, I recognize that it's like I might have options. I probably can call up a dude and be like, hey, come through, or you know, what you doing, let me come through and like, you know, really get thumped. But I also recognize that it does not serve my highest good. I'm looking forward to when I come in connection with my divine masculine. And he's going to say, well, you know, how long's it been? I'm going to be like, oh, you know, it's been so and so long or whatnot. And he's going to be like, wow, really? Like you held it down being single for that long when there's so many other females who be like, oh, I want to get fucked. And again, no judgment. I was like that once upon a time. I know Mama Muffin said, and look, I just kind of glanced out and I saw this, okay? What is this? The Eight of Pentacles, baby. These are things that we're all working on together. I'm no better than you. Don't think that I'm sitting up here looking down on you. Baby, we're learning, we're healing, we're ascending together. That's what this is. Okay? So excuse me, as much as I'm on you about it, this is also me like on myself about it. Okay, and please, and it's like, I know Mama Muffin said don't be talking about other tarot readers, but you know, I watch tarot all day. Like I don't watch anything else. I watch tarot all day because it's not even necessarily trying to pick out a message for myself. Sometimes it's just looking at how they interpret cards, looking at the decks. Sometimes they have decks that I have also, and I want to see, you know, how they read their decks and how they use their decks and things like that. But I know one thing with me is I don't like when they start lecturing me and they're so much more younger than me. Like, you know, I'm going to respect, like I say, Mama Muffins from Majestic Potions because, you know, she's older than me. So when she starts saying something, I'm like, yes, ma'am. Also, what's it? Queendom Connects, Saving Grace 999. Even Empress T, technically Empress T 444, she says that she's like 45 years old. I'm 42 years old, just in case you're thinking that like I'm some young girl who's sitting up here lecturing you or anything like that. No, I'm 42 years old. Empress T is technically big sis, but you know, still, and she be like such and such and such. I'm like, you know, I might be a little about it, but it's like, damn, yes, ma'am. Okay, so again, one of the things about tarot, it also is not just tarot, but spirituality is being able to humble yourself, quiet the ego, and listen to the message and take what resonates and apply it to yourself for a higher good, for your higher good, for your highest good. What's the point of the highest good? Because remember, the whole point of anything, of all of this, of being in this matrix, everything isn't just trying to get other people to ascend, but it's us remembering whatever we need to remember so that we can get back to source. Okay, and if you're deep here in the world, if you're deep down in devil energy, you know, smoking and drinking and having sex and you know, like doing all these worldly activities, you might have to, you're probably going to reincarnate. And me, I don't know about you, but you probably had heard me say this before as well. Like, I don't want to keep doing this. I don't want to keep coming here. This shit is ghetto. Okay, so let's see, like I say, I quit the smoking. You know, I don't do any other drugs, anything like that. I don't pop pills. I drink occasionally, but like, you know, Spirit has really been dealing with me about that. Like, I'm really going to have to get to a place where even on occasions and things like that, it's not an excuse for me to sit up here and drink. And what's worse is like, I'm drinking. I don't even get drunk. The most I get, I call it, is tipsy. When I get tipsy, I don't start like anything. I get sleepy. If that's what it was going to be For $35, I could have took a melatonin. Look at this. Two of Wands, okay? This is you know, this is the new perspective. This is us. This after today, okay? Let's make you a list if you have to. Be honest with yourself, be real with yourself, and be determined to really like stop this. Let's not do the New Year's resolution where it's like, oh, okay, yeah, you know, I'm gonna start running every day and then run for like one day, be sore for like a week, and then never go and run again. I kind of did that. Devil energy. In fact, I probably need to go out running because I can tell you, celebrating my birthday, I have been eating. And it doesn't take anything but a piece of bread for me to gain 10 pounds. So it's like right now, you know, my stomach's all puffed up and everything. I have my, I wear waist beads. I wear waist beads under my clothes because like the reason I wear them are personal. I do believe that the only person who will see my waist beads, the only person who will see my waist beads will be my husband. So that's, you know, further reason for me not to be up here like naked doing anything with anyone, because it's like, if you're not my husband and I get naked and do any kind of do with you, like you're going to see my waist beads. And I've kind of like sworn it to myself. But like one of the other reasons for waist beads, other than just kind of like manifestations, is like it kind of helps you gauge your weight. So it's like when my waist beads start tightening around my stomach, I know, okay, like, you know, I'm kind of picking up some pounds here. And baby, aren't my beads kind of like, you know, I like to pick them up and see when they drop down. But like if they kind of don't drop all the way down, but they like drop around my stomach, it's like, okay, I done gained some pounds. And like I say, it only takes a piece of bread for me to gain 10 pounds. And I've been sitting up here eating loaves of bread within like 2 or 3 days for the last 3 or 4 days. So I don't know. I encourage. And by the way, 2 of Cups here, and I guess we'll go into this here because again, I'm talking about waist beads. If you all are at all familiar with the Yoruba waist beads, actually I won't even say Yoruba, like my waist beads actually do come from Ghana. I went on Etsy and I ordered some and whatnot. And maybe, you know, everyone sells like their tarot decks and things like that. Maybe I'll start trying to sell my waist beads again. And encourage that. I think they were 3 for $10 if you are ever interested in it. And what I'll do is I'll have a post where I talk about the intention setting with waist beads. That sounds like a plan. Yeah, you see what I mean? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And I just can't hide it. I'm about the 2 of Cups and I think I like it. Okay. All right. So that's it. Don't nobody do it just yet. Like, let me do my thing, okay, with my waist beads. I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna put it up so you all can order waist beads if you're interested in waist beads. Maybe I'll like actually put up my email address so you all can email me. Like I say though, I gotta kind of, unless you're already familiar with like the colors and intention setting with waist beads, then you can just go ahead and pre-order them. But otherwise, like I say, I'll either make a video or a post about waist beads, okay? Page of Swords, that's kind of like how I'm feeling right now. Like, don't anybody copy my idea, even though there's so many people who sell waist beads. I haven't really like seen any tarot card readers talking about waist beads. So if all of a sudden someone starts talking about waist beads, I know that you saw my video and you watched my video without liking it. I see you and my ancestors see you too. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to see. Let me see. Oh, I'm 33 minutes on the timer here. I'm going to go ahead and sit this down. Let me see. Okay. So since we are, again, this is transformation. This is releasing karmic connections. This is self-ascension and things like that. I feel like I haven't talked to this deck in so long here. Let's get some messages from the universe and we'll go ahead and we'll close this out, because I've been promising myself for the longest that I'm going to try to make also a 15-minute video, and I swear I've gone on so many tangents. Like ADHD is strong in this one. what messages we can get from the universe, and then we'll go ahead and close this out. Spirit, if you could just give us a message, some sort of encouragement, something to also practice, or some affirmation or anything going into this 9-9 portal, what there is more for us to look at, what more is there for us to behold. This here says, what is meant for you won't pass you by. You will never have to force something that is truly meant to be. Trust in the perfection of divine timing and allow your life to unfold as it should. Whatever comes, let it come. Whatever goes, let it go. Okay? So again, this is, going into that 9-9 portal. We're going to be real with ourselves, okay? If we're, if we've got unrequited love issues, you know what they say about love, you got to let it go. If it returns, it's meant to be. If not, it wasn't. What's for what God, what spirit, what divine has for you is just for you. You don't have to force it. It's going to happen. But sometimes spirit will deal with you. Sometimes spirit will put things in your heart to help usher those things in, right? Last card I'm going to put here says, don't worry. Everything you've been waiting for is on its way. Progress is being made, even if you can't see the results. So much is happening behind the scenes for the creation of your dreams. Trust the process. Okay, with that collective, look, I'm going to release you with so much love. Let me hit the okay, for sure, with this portal coming up, even though I'll see you tomorrow. Listen, collective, be safe, be happy, be easy. Be safe, be happy, be easy. Be safe, be happy, be easy. This is your girl, Senpai Swani, checking out. Yeah.